Hey guys, if you're relatively new to the game, I'm sure you've heard people use names like Gunner, Nomad and Vanguard, and just immediately gone, who? I'm going to try and shed some light on the Battlerite characters and their Bloodline Champions counterparts, to give you a better idea of what's going on. So without further ado, let's have a look at Sirius, the Zenith, or what people like to call him, Astronomer. Sirius is a melee healer character who uses energies of stars and planets to aid allies quickly move around the map and focus down enemy champions. While being a support character, the Astronomer can dish out insane amounts of damage when put in the right hands. Despite the visual rework, the theme as you can see remains the same. Although to make room for cooler animations, the sundial has been replaced with a sickle and all the unnecessary armor with a gorgeous bare chest. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk abilities, shall we? The left mouse button change is simple and neat. Instead of having to stack up the buff to get a stronger attack, it is now there from the get-go and on an 8-second cooldown. It now benefits more from sitting back and attacking in short bursts rather than keeping up the constant damage by being in the opponent's face. The healing ability, besides now having only 3 charges before going on cooldown, has been further simplified. Where it used to increase healing and have an X that would buff your attack speed in Bloodline Champions, now it just recharges faster for each nearby ally. The changes to Sun Eclipse or Celestial Spirit are interesting. It no longer knocks opponents back on arrival, and the X, although still there, does not provide the extra range or reduce the Eclipse's cooldown. The new ability recharges your weapon instead. The change basically trades the extra survivability for increased burst damage, dancing around the new weapon charge mechanic. To make things confusing, Stunlock decided to move the Petrify ability to a different hotkey. The ability, however, is mostly the same. The shield after petrification is still there, however, it is now easier to break through because there seems to be no damage reduction. Now, the Moonburst is no longer there. It has been replaced by Prismatic Strike, partly to compensate for the mobility nerfs. What used to be Moonburst is now a left mouse button X ability called Crescent Gale, which is basically the same thing, only it does not provide the extra attack speed buff. If we are talking about the raw spell, as it were, the counter has been significantly nerfed. While it is still very powerful and has increased range, it does not do damage or heal allies on land. Well now, guess what? Giving you a weapon charge. The Battlerite system does somewhat compensate for that, but that's a topic for another time. Last but not least, let's talk Ultimate. It has remained almost completely unchanged, including the name, only it does not slow the enemies down and now partially heals the player throughout the duration. So, all in all, Stunlock decided to shift the damage and survivability between some of the abilities, while leaving the character mostly the same, which sounds like good news if you are an older player. Keep in mind that all of the abilities are affected by the Battlerite system, but we can talk specifics in a more serious video. Right, so that's it. Hope this has been interesting and informational. If you'd like to support me, the best way would be to follow me on Twitch, and if you'd like to talk, hop onto my Discord server and we can have a chat. See ya!